Hello students, now welcome in my English language and literature class, especially for standard 10. In previous class, about Dust of Snow by Robert Frost, about the poet. Now in this class, we discuss about the poem Dust of Snow. You know, the way a crow shook down on me, the dust of snow from a hemlock tree has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had you. So this is a very short poem. Whenever you observe the whole poem minutely, then you find out one full stop. It indicates it is a single line, single sentence poem. No doubt, it contains 8 lines, but this is a single sentence. And now we know that's a summary of this poem here. In this poem, the poet is talking about a winter's day. Winter's day, we know that is very cool, just like in Kashmir, Antarctica, etc. When all the treetops were covered with snowflakes. Snowflakes, that means particles of snow. Particles of snow. That means in a Kashmir, you find out in the winter season, especially particles of snow fall down each and everywhere and every time. Okay, here the poet was walking under one such snow-covered tree. This was a hemlock tree. Hemlock tree. That's a poisonous tree. Poison. Very dangerous thing. The hemlock tree is usually associated with poison and toxicity, as a poison named hemlock is also made. Thus, this tree cannot be associated with anything positive. However, a crow came and sat down on this tree suddenly. And because of this sudden motion, the mass of snowflakes from the top fell down on the poet like rain. The snowflakes were so light and small that the poet thought they looked like white and immaculate dust particles. This shower of snowflakes from the hemlock tree is evidently the subject matter of this poem, since it touched the poet in some way. Overall, it was a day of winter. It was snowing all around. A fine dust of snow had covered the top of the tree. A hemlock tree was standing there. The top of the hemlock tree was all covered with a fine dust of snow. The poet was standing under that hemlock tree. All of a sudden, a crow from nowhere came and perched on the top of the tree. The sudden movement of crow made the dust of snow fall down. The flakes of snow fell on the poet who was standing under that tree. So in that first stanza, we know. And in the second stanza, now in the second stanza, the poet explains exactly in what way the shower of snowflakes had an effect on him. He says that it changed his mood earlier. Earlier, the spelling of earlier, R, that's extra. So you cut down. And now next. He had been in a despairing mood, but the shower of snowflakes falling on him all of a sudden gladdened his heart. In addition to this, there was another effect that the shower of snowflakes had on the poet. He says that that particular day was one that he had not been looking forward to. And in fact, it was not going too well either. He had decided in his mind that that particular day would go to waste. However, the shower of dust like snow on his shoulder, changed his mood. It made him feel that the day had not been a complete waste. At least some part of that day had been pleasant, since it had given him a new experience that he could treasure, as well as the material for another one of his wonderful poetic compositions. No doubt. That's a very meaningful poem. Very meaningful poem. And that's the second stanza we find out, uh, that's the arrival of a tree, arrival of a crow. One of sudden, crow and hemlock tree both are indicate ill omen. That circumstances is all circumstances against the poet. At this times, we also find out that situation of coronavirus all over the world. But among all circumstances, the poet think positive. No doubt, that's a some part of the life already waste. But whenever you think positive, then you save the remaining parts of the life. So this poem uh, try to give a lesson uh, to think positive. Whenever we think positive, then that solution comes out easily, and sorrow vanished suddenly. Okay, dear students, I hope that you note down each and every line, and at last we know that's a theme and the message uh, of this poem. No, the poem teaches us that way should not be displayed, because there is always an opportunity to change sad mood into happy mood. Today, all of us are living in a stressful atmosphere. At this time, we know, in a situation of coronavirus, that's uh, at this time, yeah, we are living in a stressful atmosphere. But in this stress full atmosphere, we think positive, just like here, teaches us to gain happiness from little things. And then after, you also each and every students to note down, this is the theme also, one by one. The poet in the poem Dust of Snow was in sorrowful mood. He felt that the whole day was going to be gloomy, but when a crow shook down snowflakes on him, his bitter mood changed into an optimistic one. You know, optimistic persons always think positive, and pessimist persons always think negative. So if you want to be happy, then you think first of all positive. No doubt he could have become unhappy when such a thing occurred, but instead of seeing the negative aspects of the incident, he took a positive vibe from it. At last, the poem teaches us to find happiness from small things and to take everything positively. So this is my suggestion, all viewers, not only students, because literature is a mirror of our society. Literature is an art of living. So we learn the art of living. I hope that each and every student understand this poem, and at last you solve each and every question answer easily. This is a question answer in the poem Dust of Snow. How does the poet's mood get changed? That's a very important questions. Okay, now thanks. In that next video, we seems that meaning of this poem in Hindi version also. Okay, thanks.